Hey guys, this is Adam Shedd, and so last week, the third week of April, I did just a kind of presentation for the official WordPress Meetup group of Houston, the birthplace of WordPress, on how to make a membership site. So now I'm kind of just going to do a quick overview of the beginning part, and then I'll show the whole presentation from the GoPro's point of view. So anyways, this is just kind of an intro for people watching on YouTube. We did a free one and we did a paid one. The paid one is MemberPress, so I'll go over that after the intro stuff. But I'll just kind of fly over this intro stuff and then I will switch to the GoPro footage. All right, so I had this topic because a client of mine asked me about building a membership site, and there is his web address, agorafundinggroup.com. We haven't implemented it yet. We've played with a couple different free ones, and we discovered you can do it with free ones, but if you want to save time and make it more easy on everybody, go ahead with the paid one, which it was MemberPress. Okay, so the first thing you have to figure out, according to Chris Lema and just kind of common sense really, is what exactly you're trying to accomplish. So you're going to want to define this as well as possible because it matters when you choose your plugin or exactly how you're building the site. If you listen to any of Chris Lema's YouTube videos or read any of his blog posts on it, which there's way more that I could get through, I guess he said it's a common problem. People just think that they want protected content and variable levels of that. But that's what every one of them does. So you have to be a little more specific than that. So he was saying at the time he was scrutinizing it last, the one that I watched, there's 40 plus plugins. So that's quite a few to choose from. And if you're developing one on your own, you still want to think about the user end up front rather than kind of piece it all together in the end because it affects how it's experienced. So just kind of an interesting side note, I'm 42 at the time, and we're competing against all these young guys in the tech industry like Mark Zuckerberg was, or Steve Jobs, or Bill Gates were when they really succeeded. But it's kind of interesting to me. I read an article that my age group were actually doing pretty good within our industry. So I do physical therapy for a living. I'm a licensed physical therapy assistant. And so maybe there's a chance for me to see a problem and figure out a way using technology to solve it, which would be hard for somebody just going through school because they don't really see those problems as well yet. So, all right, so one thing you could do, I took this to my group, was I took a big, huge piece of paper. I bought it at Walmart for pretty cheap for a whole bunch of them. And it's easy to just kind of write down your idea on that because you don't know exactly all the tools you'll be using yet, but you can kind of sketch out what it will look like in the end. So anyways, you can read that slide there. There's an interesting podcast episode on the Matt Report. It's rated really high in iTunes, and I was recommended it by John Peterson. He's kind of my mentor here in Houston with his devlore.com is his website, and I listed it at the end of this slide, so you can go to him for advanced advice if you want it, if you're in the Houston area. All right, so what is a membership plugin? Well, the main thing is, like I said earlier, protected content, and it has levels of membership. So you could be like a bronze level member, and you get the content that's kind of like a third tier content, or you can pay more and get a lot more content or more quality content, whatever you want. So anyways, those are the two main things. Here's a bunch of other stuff. You can pause and read all these things. There's more than I could list here, and I'm not going to take the time. Chris Lema spent a whole summer dissecting all of these things. So if you want to go really dissect it, knock yourself out or read his blog. All right, so, and I'm going to go ahead and switch over to my presentation with the GoPro at this point because this is where I got to. Anyways, here we go. Okay, so here's my YouTube footage. I'm going to go ahead and switch to that now. This is actually at the WordPress Meetup, April 2016 in Houston. So if you want to join the meetup in Houston, just go to meetup.com and look up the name of the official WordPress meetup. All right, here we go. I'm going to try and follow along with my presentation, so forgive me if I mess up at all. So when you're building it, first you have your hypothesis. So your hypothesis was you're going to write a book, and then somehow you're going to figure out how to have the wow factor, and then people are going to...
No, that was just an example of something I've done in the past. Right now I'm working on e-commerce, selling our lock sets for doors.
Well, okay, but you have when you build something, you have a hypothesis of what's going to happen.
Right.
So anyways, that was one of Chris Lema's kind of things, like you have your idea, your hypothesis, and then so then he has these series of questions. So I was hoping like maybe it would be helpful if you had the piece of paper, you kind of mock up your ideas, and then I go through these questions and then kind of like help you walk through like, all right, is this really something that's doable? And if so, like which is the best plugin for that? So he put it two different ways. Well, and then I just gave an example. Like I had criticism in one of my meetups, like there was a couple developers in my meetup, and I was showing how to build a website using WordPress. A really beautiful website too with Tyler.com, and the guy said, you're cutting into our own money here as a developer by teaching people how to do it themselves for free. And so my hypothesis is that it's kind of the karma effect. Like you said, you have to get out there somehow more than you did. And so I'm like up here and making connections, and then I give time in the beginning to network a little bit. So, and actually, like it's in the news, I put here in the notes, if you go on SlideShare, there was an article, Samsung and Apple have been sharing screens lately. And then there's a lot of people making a lot of money by giving away stuff for free. Dave Ramsey says, like, an open hand, money flows through, but a closed fist, money doesn't go through at all. So that's my hypothesis on this presentation. So then the questions are, these are my questions. This is like besides Chris Lema's questions. Like, how crowded is the market? So for my marriage blog, I wasn't so concerned about that because statistically, if you want to get better at something, blogging, you get better at it. If I want to get better at physical therapy, if I have a morning routine where I read the current articles from Google Alerts or Mention that tell me what just hit the news on physical therapy research, and then I digest it, and then I write it in my own words, I'm going to be a better physical therapist because I'm going to have more tools to give my patients. So I really didn't care about how crowded the market is. So if you just want to build something cool for yourself, then it doesn't matter. But
sometimes how crowded the market is better. You notice how all the restaurants will put up one right across the street.
And so you want to jump like... For the record, I'm a physical therapy assistant.
Flow,
didn't mean to say that, but therapist in general, I guess, in a way.
Okay, I need something to eat. I'm going to go where all the restaurants are. And I'll take my pick when I get there. I need gas, I'm going to go where all the gas stations are.
Yeah, you want to go to the mall because the food court, and then also, like my wife can get Chinese food and I can get American food. Exactly. And we're all happy sitting at the same table.
So crowded, I don't think is that bad.
There's a good argument there. So, and then another question is, what's my unfair advantage? So I do these, like this little thing on my laptop is a symbol for Startup Weekend, and I highly recommend if you ever want to. Oh no, you know what? I thought I had my laptop. That's my wife's Sony because mine was breaking. You go and it's a competition. You pitch an idea, like maybe you have this wild website idea that you don't think you're going to build it. The logistics are too hard, but it's a fun idea and you'd like to see it exist. Or maybe you want to build it, but actually the ideas that I take there are the ones that I don't think I can do myself. I think it's going to just be lost if I don't share it, and so I take them. So you have a minute to pitch the idea and in front of a crowd, and then they write the idea on a big poster board, stick it on the wall. After everybody gives their ideas, you go put your vote on your 3 favorite ideas. You get 3 votes, and then they pick the top like 10%, and then you have until Sunday night to build a minimum viable project of teams, and then there is a panel of judges at the end, and then everybody presents what they built over the weekend. That you kind of reduce yourself down to this just a few teams working on a few of the ideas that were the top ideas, and it's just fun. I mean, we won first place for the one where I got that sticker for healthcare, and we're actually trying to build it. It's a long shot. Chances are it won't work, but I learned about.
Don't think that way.
But I learned
negativity out.
Well, no, I mean like we have stiff competition. So, anyways, but my point is like so there I learned about. So there I learned about unfair advantage, and that's part of the reason I like to do it. I learned from the judges, they give critiques, and then you kind of learn how to question like your startup ideas. So the unfair advantage of Airbnb was they were going around kind of like I am, and they were like helping people set stuff up for free. They're like helping people set their accounts up for free.
So, but you're talking like blogs, right? Okay, if you have
Could be a blog. WordPress is a CMS, a content management system. It started out as a blogging system, but then it's so easy to use, you can build a website with it. And that's what we've done for other people. I got into it because I like to blog, and I don't even care if I make money, I'll still blog.
But like if you're looking at a blog and like how crowded is the market, I mean there's like millions and millions.
Yeah, so it's really
blogs
crowded, and
so.
You have to, I mean, I just enjoy it.
Yeah, I do too, but I would like to monetize it.
Yeah, it would be nice, right? So anyways, you have to go, what's your unfair advantage? Like if you are going into a crowded space, do you have something that all these other people don't have? So that's the question I learned how to ask from the startup weekend thing. So then, and then you have to ask, okay, so if I do build this, like my idea, if I showed it and launched it right now like I have on Quirky, I think people will take that idea that can do it better than I can and build it. So I'm not going to tell you my idea today. So you have to ask that question and then develop a strategy.
So if you're going to do it or somebody else.
Yeah, and so, depending on what kind of membership site you're trying to build, you want to think, okay, how crowded is the space? Do I have an advantage? And if I have an advantage, but it's only limited to like how fast I can get to market because I can't patent it or something, then how am I going to do that? And which plugin? So that the speed of use of plugin, the ease of use of plugin makes a difference there. And then how hard am I willing to work? If I'm going to do it for free with a free plugin, you're going to work harder than the MemberPress, which may be what you have to do. I'm a possibly dyslexic. I went and got tested, and she was like, you might be. So yeah, so I learn better in situations like this where my adrenaline's pumping and there's more like tactile feedback and so. Sorry, I'm like slightly tangential too, but I like stories and examples. I learn better that way also.
That's the only way. To be a great storyteller is the best way to teach and train people. So, especially when I'm doing sales, I still have a headache when people because I come in and I don't sell, I tell stories. If you like what I've experienced, what I've been through, what I've been through, you're on board.
Then you can see how it could happen, and it could happen again, yeah. All right, so then, so like what the motives are. So like this idea I have, it solves a problem. Like the home exercise programs that I see, for my eyes, they're too busy. I want something more simple and clean, like Wikipedia. I feel like Wikipedia is a simple, clean. I love it. I use it all the time, and so anyways, I think I know how to do it. But
well, Google's using Wikipedia for every answer.
It's free. It's like I love the open hand theory, like money and ideas flow freely through an open hand, and it seems like it's working since the internet came out. Like
it's like you talked about with a developer sitting here. First thing I would tell a developer, because I'm all about user, that client user on the website, and you're sitting in the city, you're sitting here, you're sitting in the city with so many different businesses. There's people that they pay an accountant to do this, they pay a lawyer to do this, and they pay a designer and developer to do that. So you're not taking the business outside by teaching somebody.
Yeah, I think I've gotten more out of it than I've just like
you're doing the right thing.
Friendships and
them trying not to help. They would get more out of their business if they actually did work with their clients and teach them, because that would refer to more business this way.
Seems like it. I don't know. It's my.
Sure, you can see that by all these apps that are the free apps that come up. I'll download a free app anytime.
Yeah.
And then they have an upgrade that you can do if you want to pay money for.
And he felt like the internet should be democratized.
And he's from Houston.
Yeah, he's from Houston.
He's a good guy.
He's only like
30 something.
really young. Yeah, sorry.
He's fun to hang out with too.
You know him? Have you met him?
Oh, quite a few times.
Wow.
Yeah, it's living in the Galleria, you really get to be involved. But he knows some of my friends and stuff, so he actually said a barbecue place
That's really cool.
He's a nice guy.
I would love to meet him. If you're watching this, I want to meet you. Okay. Okay, so we have a professor in here, so I feel like she's probably like, you can tell me afterwards how to do it better.
I think you're doing a hell of a good job.
Okay, so
I think you are too.
okay, thank you.
I've been to quite a few meetups in Florida,
Yeah.
and I really like this slideshow deal.
Well, I feel like I feel humbled every time I try and do it. So something always goes wrong.
Because those darn projectors and TVs and stuff, you can't hear it sometimes, you can't see it sometimes. But this way,
You have it better.
Just bring your phone or your laptop, whatever.
Yeah, I'll put it in the bottom of the YouTube video, and it's on there. So okay, so I'm gonna keep moving. Chris Lema, 6 questions. What kind of payment gateway do you want? Do you need concurrent memberships? Like, I don't exactly understand what that means. So we were talking about it, and I guess it means like, I mean, I can't imagine like if I subscribe to HBO because I just want to watch Game of Thrones that I need another membership. So Showtime. Oh, like Showtime and HBO.
Sports channels. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh, okay. Okay, I see what you're saying. So if you had like you're like the gateway for multiple media.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was in the merchant service business forever, so it's kind of like your firewall. That's what the gateway is. So when you're online, is that what we're talking about, gateway?
Well, I was talking about like the second question that Chris Lema says you need to ask is, do you need concurrent memberships? And so I was like, well, I'm not sure I understand that. But she's saying like, yeah, we have one Amazon Fire membership, and then it allows multiple. So then we have a Hulu membership within that. So then the Hulu populates inside there. So maybe, and then dripped content. If you don't know what, sorry.
I have a real quick question with the concurrent. So does that mean if you're charging a member for one item, for one membership, and you're offering something else, they have to pay additional monies for that?
I guess possibly, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, that's what I had this. I'm like not 100% sure, but I think.
Yeah.
So then dripped content means. So I guess the mistake people made early on was they would say like she has her Healthy Thai Recipes website, and then so say advertising money dries up, and we decide to make it like a paid. If you want to see it, it's like a book you have to pay. Well, people would just download all the content at once. So then you put like 5 recipes, and if they like them, then they pay for the membership, and then it allows them to see like one every so often, which some people don't like that. I mean, or you can do it like if you like the first 5, then
So drip content is Sarah Michelle Gellar. I think she just started something where you become a member. It's a member website she started, and she sends out these cake things once a month. Is that a drip thing?
yeah, kind of.
Oh, okay.
Or like on Amazon, like all these like Netflix companies are coming up with their own original series, and instead of dripping them like the one with the one we just watched with James Franco about the Kennedy assassination, they gave it to us all at once, and so we watched it like one big movie. We just like all.
I told you everybody's binge feeding on
so
movies or whatever.
so maybe that's a better model, and then you just
think so.
You just have to have a lot of content or something.
It's like a subscription.
Yeah, well, they
So
send
you
it to
get
every
new
month.
stuff every month.
Yeah.
You don't get it all.
But yeah, that would be the opposite is. And then so like what was the one with Halle Berry where she was a extant? I love that show. And they dripped that one out. So they had them all, and then they just once a week you get another episode. But they probably could have given you them all at once, maybe. I don't know.
But they're doing that on Hulu. Hulu doesn't give you the concurrent. With their new programming, they're doing the Dream, which is like the Minter project, where they show one every week. I didn't know that's the name of it. Apparently.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know how they're thinking about it. And then, well, you need an e-commerce solution. So some of these have the ability, for example, like say we do her healthy blog, recipe blog, and she turns it into a book, which you easily can. And then you could sell that book if people like a hard copy. So then you have actually, I don't know why they went that far, but they incorporated the ability to create a store within your membership, so you can buy physical things. Okay, I'm going to pause at that point because I was thinking about that and I think I may understand that wrong. So e-commerce is the ability to sell something, but I think it's kind of, I don't know exactly, but I may be wrong about being able to sell books and stuff. It may just be limited to the selling the memberships. And so anyways, that one needs a little bit more research first.
That's great.
Yeah, well, MemberPress has it, so it's a free add-on, the WooCommerce, or the WooCommerce one.
MemberPress?
MemberPress, yeah, that's the one I'm featuring, but WooCommerce I think does it too. And then, well, you need to click upsell and downsell offers, one-click upsell, downsell. So I guess it's like you click here to get the platinum membership, which gives you everything plus phone support or whatever.
Or like with the virus protection, the pro coverage or the free coverage.
Yeah, some extra features, whatever they are. So, okay, we're halfway through here. Okay, and then Maud found this on, so Chris Lema just blogs about this, so I think he says the same thing in different ways. So this is kind of the same thing in a different way, but it was from a different one of his blogs. So you just go to Chris Lema's website if you want more, and he's got way more than we could go through. It's his specialty. And so here's his top 5 if I read the ratings right. MemberPress, WooCommerce, iThemeExchange, Cart66, and Memberium, based on you have $100 or $200 to spend. So otherwise, I mean, if you don't have money, then we went and dissected one that we liked, paid membership.
Pro.
Yeah, paid membership pro, and we actually installed it. It worked okay. It did what we needed for free. So
What about Shopify?
we didn't mess with that.
What's the same as WooCommerce?
Shopify is really easy. Shopify.
Okay, so MemberPress, the reason why it rated #1, easy installation and configuration, 1-year product support and update. It seems like maybe they changed that a little recently, but I'm not going to quote exactly what it is because I'm not sure I know. But I think they may have gone from more support with the premium one, and now they're kind of offering a little bit, maybe just a year as opposed to more than a year. This is the way I understood it. Don't quote me on that, I'm not sure. The power to control what content is seen based on what's purchased. You don't have to know CSS or HTML, but if you do know it, it has the capabilities to tweak it. It works with any theme, StudioPress, Forest, Theme Forest themes, so that's always good. And a lot of things don't have that ability. So I'm going to go through the basic steps to configuring it real quick. So first, you're going to go to options and set up your payment option. We have our PayPal API set up in there. I don't know how to use Stripe yet. Everybody that uses Stripe said they like it the best. So I guess we need to try it because everybody says they love it better than PayPal. PayPal is just kind of been there longer.
The thing about PayPal is it's in a lot of areas. What's this one you're talking about?
Stripe?
Stripe?
Is that like Square?
I don't know, man.
Because I use Square. Square is that little device that you just click on your phone.
We have
and you
Square
swipe the
too.
card through. Yeah.
Anybody know about Stripe?
Yeah. I've used every one of them. So Stripe, what's so great about Stripe is it was made for website developers. So all the coding and everything in it is really designed for WordPress and
So it's better for
That's the best one you picked.
for website developers.
I don't think it's best. Yeah, for website developers,
It's like-
really good. But for anybody, it's more designed for e-commerce and stuff. But everybody, I think, it's whatever platform you like to use, so that you can put on there. Because right now, it's like WooCommerce, they will connect through any gateway. You can do authorize.net, you can do Stripe, you can do, I don't think they do Square.
I didn't see Square.
Yeah, they don't do Square.
PayPal is on there. That's what we have set
PayPal,
up.
absolutely.
You can do it by mail, which was cool. You can set it up for mailing like physical checks in the mail. Yeah.
You just taught me something. I did not know that.
Yeah, it's in there. Look in the payment
That's
options.
Stripe?
That's cool. But Stripe's really good.
Not Stripe. It's just the MemberPress has that ability.
Oh,
I don't know about Stripe. It may, but
Member.
yeah. Okay, so then the second thing to configure, you create a product. So it would be like you'll go into that tab, and then it has like a little form to fill, a little space to fill, and so you might put like monthly membership. So for her Thai recipes, like her top secret recipes, that would be the way we would do it. Oops, we're down to the end of the battery. Do you have a cable?
I do.
Okay, and then it has these really cool short codes you can set up. I haven't played with them yet, but apparently it's kind of like what you're saying about Stripe. It makes it much faster and easier to set everything up.
And the other thing, real quick, is PayPal, because you have to have a gateway, PayPal will allow you to add on there without going through. So sometimes without having to pay for a gateway, there's like Stripe does that where you don't have to pay a security, because you have to have a secure gateway to go to send your payments. So
I'm down to like 10% of the battery on this, so I'm gonna
you don't have to have it.
I'm gonna
You
go.
don't have to pay extra for it.
I'm going to go through the rest without questions, and then we can ask questions at the end because I'm at the end of my battery life.
Oh, shut up.
We don't. No. I wouldn't say that, but we're going to lose our slideshow here. Okay, here we go. So then you go to the rules, and this is all on the YouTube videos, and this is going to go up on YouTube video, and there's other YouTube videos that I watched and I distilled out this stuff from. So you go to the rules.
I'm sorry.
So you go to the rules next, and then you just add rules like, so in the category mod secret recipes, top secret recipes, those are the ones that the paid people get. So you set up the rules. It's real easy, self-explanatory. You can play with it a little bit when you get in there, and then you can tell it to create a teaser so they see a little bit of the secret recipe, but not the secret ingredient that makes it secret. And you can tell it to drip feed in there. So, and then if you want to set up coupons, it says coupons. So say you have an affiliate program and Bob says he'll send you business, but he wants like something, then you set up the rules for that. Reminders, so say like you have somebody to set up their subscription and then a year is about to auto bill them, or they're about to need to re-sign up, you can have it automatically send an email and say, hey, your subscription's about to run out. We can auto bill you, or we are going to auto bill you, or you can call us, or whatever you set up. And then, okay, so those are like the main things that we went through, just setting up the basic stuff. You can go way in depth. We already spent a lot of time setting this presentation up. We didn't have time to set up. There's so many features you can go through. So I'm going to leave it to you guys to go through the other ones. The other two that we played with and we liked, if you don't have a good budget, were Paid Membership Pro and main things that we went through, just setting up the basic stuff. You can go way in depth. We already spent a lot of time setting this presentation up. We didn't have time to set up. There's so many features you can go through. So I'm going to leave it to you guys to go through the other ones. The other two that we played with and we liked, if you don't have a good budget, were Paid Membership Pro. And she wrote up all the steps to setting up Paid Membership Pro. There's a YouTube video, which is why we like this one, and this girl did a fantastic job, step by step, how to set it up. Because the free ones, a lot of the time, they're not like maybe the best at ease of use, because there's a lot of steps, but they work. They do what you need on a tight budget, so they're okay. So then we also used WP Membership. That was the first one that we liked for Tony's website, Agora Funding Group, that we were actually able to do what we wanted with. So if you're on a tight budget, and so basically kind of summing it up, what I distilled out of it was use the YouTube videos. Consider, like, if you're not an advanced programmer or developer, look at, do they have it? I don't know why everybody doesn't have a YouTube video for these plugins, because that's what we look for. And I think if I was ever to get that advanced that I make a plugin, dude, I'm making a YouTube video, because I know I'm not going to go through a 128-page manual. I don't learn that way. This is how I learn. So, and then make sure your goal is realistic, and then based on how realistic your goal is and your time and budget are, you know, play with the free ones or blow the money if you have it and it doesn't hurt you. So anyways, let's see. Oh, we got power? Okay, so conclusion, again, WordPress is fantastic because it makes it so easy, as opposed to like the Wix and the Squarespaces. You have a lot more customizing options. I mean, if you don't want to go into a lot of time and then go use one of those other like Wix or Squarespace, but I enjoy this because I can do it, it's fun. It seems very pertinent. Blogging helps you reinforce your memory, and it helps you categorize your thoughts and organize your thoughts in a beautiful way. And then these memberships can kind of add to that or help you fund that if it's something that you're doing that you love. So anyways, I was curious. I guess we have power now. So what I'm thinking next is like a wiki site where you sign up as a member and then you can add content. And I guess if this was just kind of the closing slide on there. So just think about what you're going to do next. And then there's our website. We're happy to help. If you need help when we're around, we can fit you in our schedule or whatever. Techupgrade.info. That's our. Okay, so I'm here in the MemberPress professional edition. So I have unlimited use. That's the benefit. And I am just going to go through the thing here. So first thing you want to do, according to one of the tutorials I was looking at, you want to set up your payment. I'm not going to click on that because it has my API for PayPal in there, and I don't want to give that to the world. Anyways, you're going to go in there. It's really easy. This is the thing about MemberPress that makes it worth the money. So if you're on a really tight budget, but you have time, use somebody else maybe. But if time is money to you, like it is to me, then it's maybe worth it to go ahead and buy this. It's the #1 plugin. Okay, so here's where you set up your rules. I'm just going to kind of go through this randomly. So we made a little hip strengthening exercise thing. What? Where's the rules thing? Okay, so you can edit so you can tell them who gets access. Let's see where you can tell it to drip, enable expiration. Here's the experts where you kind of go post expert, get a little teaser if you want them to just see a little bit so they want more. You can play with this, but you got to get the idea. One of the cool things is you can let's see, categories. So you could go like here, you could put secret recipes as a category. So whenever you create a blog post, you put it in the category secret recipes, and it will block that except the people that pay you. So all right, groups. Let's see. I don't know what that does, I'll be honest. Coupons. So say you have an affiliate program or something going on, you can create a coupon, and say Joe Blow refers you somebody, then you give him this coupon code, and then you know who is actually helping you out. Reminders. So this one is like say you have a membership subscription, kind of like a magazine subscription, and so here we go. In the groups, you would create like membership group. I think that's where you do that. Monthly membership. So you create one monthly membership, and then you have your reminders. So say it's a monthly membership. So the month is about to come up. They have automatic renewal, so we just send them possibly a reminder that they're about to be charged, or if it's just a monthly subscription without autopay, then at that point it would be, let's see, hopefully that's not my subscriber. No, okay. So then anyways, hopefully then it would just remind them to pay. So Yeah, hopefully that's not anything that I shouldn't be showing. There we go. There's so that's our membership test group that we created. We created just a little hypothetical thing. PayPal Express checkout. We'd use the PayPal, the Express one, so that it takes them to the PayPal page. So that way you don't have to have an SSL for security. That's the easy one, the PayPal Express. And then reports. You can get some good analytical data here. Options. So that's where you can do your payments, emails. There's just so much to this. There's so many options. So I'm going to let you guys play with most of it because I look for the YouTube videos that are kind of short and just get me through the basic setup, and then I kind of, at least when I do it, I kind of expect to. So on the help, you have fantastic support. I emailed these guys. They got back to me pronto. So anyways, MemberPress was rated #1 by Chris Lema, and I highly recommend it. All right, I'm going to go back to my little thing here because I had some credits also I wanted to give to some people that have been helping me out. I told them that I would. So I'm just going to fly through this. I guess if you don't want to watch the credits, you can just go to the next video. But anyways, so here we are. All right, so Chris Lema, thank you if you're watching this. You made my life easier. And then MemberPress, of course, for their support and helping me put this together. Yvonne Raffini with CommunityIntegratedE.com. I sit on the board of directors for this nonprofit, just as somebody who has some insight into people with obstacles to getting jobs. And then John Peterson has been my mentor here in Houston, helped me put these meetups together, and his website is this, www.devlere.com. So anyways, all right, thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe. This is going to be my new tech upgrade blog. I hope to bring some good content as far as not only website technology for building websites with WordPress mainly and footage from my meetup, but also if we buy new products that we've thoroughly reviewed, then I can kind of save you guys the work of looking at all the options. And I'm hoping to do some little quick presentations on that. So techupgrade.info, that's why we have that name, because we're going to provide kind of a blog whenever we upgrade our technology so that we can shorten the time it takes for you to do the research to upgrade yours. All right, thanks for watching. Subscribe, comment. I apologize again for any of the little mistakes I made. Let's go back here so I can stop this video. Oh, I know what I do. Okay, this. All right, bye.